I'm Leslie Biesecker in the National Institutes of Health and the Genome Institute in the Medical Genomics and Metabolic Genetics branch. What our research focuses on is the genetic basis of human disease, and so we focus on inherited disorders. And one of the ones we worked on early on, over 20 years ago, was called Pallister-Hall Syndrome, which is a syndromic form of hypothalamic hamartoma, where patients have not only the hypothalamic hamartoma, but they have other problems such as extra fingers or toes and anomalies of their airway or genitourinary tract. There's a couple long-term and short-term implications of what we do. The first and most important thing clinically is that our patients that we study with Pallister-Hall syndrome, even though they have hypothalamic hamartomas, clinically how those patients proceed over time or evolve over time, really different from the patients who have the non-syndrome or isolated form of hypothalamic hamartoma. Patients with Pallister-Hall syndrome don't commonly have the seizures that are typical of HH in other disorders, other non-syndromic forms, and they tend to do really well over time. So they're clinically a different set of patients that have much less of a need for interventions like neurosurgery. The long-term implication is that by discovering the gene that is causing Pallister-Hall syndrome, that gave many researchers the opportunity to understand the biologic pathway that is disrupted to form hamartomas, which opened a whole new avenue of research into the biology of hamartomas of all kinds. It's awesome to get together with scientists who do very different domains of science. We focus totally on the genetics, and we know actually very little about imaging or neuropathology, and to be in a room with scientists that have completely different perspectives on this same problem cross-fertilizes ideas and provides avenues for future research that can lead to breakthroughs that will help us understand not only the cause of this disease, this syndrome, but opportunities for treatments as well.